Today we are going to be talking about contingent assets and contingent liability. The textbook will say a contingent assets are future inflow that arise from past events and whose existence will be confirmed by future events that is not wholly within the control of a company or of an entity. Simply put, that contingent assets are those assets that they will generate a future inflow of capital or of cash into a company. The events that will cause this cash flow to come into the company, it is not controlled by the entity. Bringing it down further, a contingent assets are those assets that it's not obvious that they will generate future inflow, because once it is obvious or once it is certain, it is no longer contingent. Or because we are not sure of the events that will happen that will cause these assets to generate an inflow of cash for us. That is why it is called a contingent asset. When it comes to contingent liability, the textbook will tell us that as they are possible obligations whose existence will be confirmed by uncertain future events that are not wholly within the control of a company or of an entity, and it is a possible loss or future outflow. So basically, a contingent liability is the opposite of a contingent asset, as we know that there are future events that will cause cash to flow into the company. There are also events that will cause cash to flow out of the company. So the events that will cause cash to flow out of the company are contingent liability, because it is a liability or it is an obligation, because obviously you are the one losing. But when it comes to contingent assets, you are the one gaining. Whatever the future event is, it led to a gain, it led to an increase in your cash flow. That is contingent assets. But whatever the future event is and it leads to a loss or it leads to a reduction in your cash flow, that is contingent liability. And just so you know, both contingent assets and contingent liability, they are uncertain, they are unplanned. Nobody knows that it is coming. But when it comes, we term it as contingent assets or liability.